Alrighty guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name's Freak. Today we're going to be covering a guide on the SVDS in 12.4 and Escape from Tarkov. Now, with this build here guys, we're likely going to have some parts come out in the future that are going to actually improve this build. So do check for an updated version once you've finished this one off. There may be a couple of tweaks sort of coming around the bend. Now, without further ado guys, let's get into the main part of the video. We're going to be going through all of the different parts. I'm then going to leave the actual full snapshot of it up on the screen, so you can actually pause that, zoom it in, check everything out, and then after that guys, we will actually show you guys some highlights, as well as a recoil comparison, dumping the 20 round mag at around about the same rate on the sort of stock SVDS build versus the one that we've actually made. Right guys, so what we're going to do, we're going to show you all of the parts on this gun in sequence. I know with all of these kind of blank boxes around here, it can be a little bit confusing as to where everything is going. But essentially guys, if you take off all the main bits like this, you can go down to the vital parts and that makes it a little bit easier. Actually, yeah, just vital parts. Right, cool. So, what we're going to show you here first, guys, is all of the different kind of main parts, and after that, we'll go on to the kind of auxiliary parts. A lot of these will come standard with any SVDS that you find or get. Such things like the SVDS stock, so I think that's under functional mods or equipment parts, right. So, the SVDS stock here on the back, that's a standard stock for the SVD. There's no actual other one that you can put on this at the moment, but I assume we're probably going to get some tube adapters and stuff in the future, so you can chuck like HK1s and whatnot onto them, so just keep an eye out for that as well. On the back here, we have the Zenit RK3. Now, if you guys have done any of the sort of mechanic tasks before where you're building guns, you have to use this one a lot, and it's just the highest ergonomic one that you can get for the AK kind of series of guns. Now, when we actually get into doing all of the upper receiver and the handguard here, guys, this is where it kind of comes into its own with what you actually pick. So what we've used here, guys, is we've actually used the brand new grip that's just come out. So it has the SVD upper band here. Now, this is just a pretty standard one that comes with them. But when we get into this foregrip here, we're using the Izumash, I have no idea how to say that, to be honest. The modern handguard for the SVD. Now, this one here, coupled with a 4.1-inch guide rail and also a Zenit RK2 foregrip, is going to give you the most recoil reduction for the foregrip and kind of handguard section here. So once you're done with that, guys, you've also got your sight mount here. You can use the B-13 or the B-13V rails, or pretty much any other sight that mounts into the sort of dovetail style mounts on the side of the AKs. Now, when we move up to the front here, guys, this is where it gets a little bit more sort of complicated. So we have an SVDS thread adapter for the SVDS, obviously. Now, this one here, guys, on top of that, you are going to put a Rotor 43, as well as the SVD muzzle brake as well. So this actually sits inside of the regular sort of thing there. So you get actually, weirdly in this game, you get the recoil compensation from both. So this ends up giving us still quite a high recoil, guys. We end up with a vertical of 129 and a horizontal of 285. But for a weapon that we're typically going to be doing single fire sort of shots with, you're not really going to be spraying unless you're very, very, very close to people. 129 is pretty manageable for the most part. Right, so in terms of build cost, guys, this is one of the more expensive ones that we have. So it rounds out at around about 240,000 rubles. But this one here, a lot of these parts you will actually get default with the SVD if you build it. So what I would recommend doing, instead of just going find parts on here, I would recommend buying the stock standard SVD from someone and then clicking assemble, assembling it, and then it'll come up with all of the missing parts here. That's where you want to go buy parts instead, because that's going to bring up, you can see 120k, which if you factor in the cost of an SVD is actually quite a bit less than building it like that. So you build it like that, slap it onto the main gun, and that's the cheapest way of actually doing this. Alrighty boys, so now we're going to chuck up a comparison of the sort of base version versus the modded version. We're going to go into the shooting range inside of the hideout here, guys. Dump 20 rounds at a sort of rough tap fire rate, and then sort of chuck them up side by side and show you the comparison. Now what you want to be looking for, guys, is how much the reticle actually jumps with each shot, because that's going to determine how fast you can actually get back on target and send the next round down range. Now for these ones here, I tried to keep the timing the same so that you can see them jumping. I get a little bit out of sync at the end, but you guys should get the general idea. Alrighty guys, so as promised, we're going to chuck up the screenshots in just a second of all of the parts, but thanks for sticking around on the video, guys. I hope this has been helpful. If you want to become a bigger part of the stream, guys, make sure to jump down into the Discord below, play with some other people from stream, or even just jump in and ask us some questions and stuff, guys. We're very, very happy to sort of help you guys out. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed. I will see you around in the future. I have been Freak, and yeah, peace out. I'll see you on the next one.